I like first class. And we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Health and Wealthness Day. So we are here to make sure that you can keep your wealth by keeping your health. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and we're the BizChicks. And our guest host today is Ms. Robin Shimizu, and she always brings us wealth and healthness, health and wealthness. Which one is it, Frank?
Yeah, you got
Which one is it, Robin?
Health and wealthness.
I think it's health and wealthness.
Health and wealthness. Okay. Yes. I always get those two. Anyway, guys, lean back, lean in. We're about to hear some really good information, and I'm going to ask Robin if she would introduce her guest and the topic today. How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
So happy to be here. Today we have Linda Lee, who is a holistic health expert. She's an expert in what they call clinical hypnotherapy, and one of these days we'll hear from Linda about what that means. But today she's going to talk about her essential oils and how we can take care of our pets, and wherever the questions, hopefully there'll be some questions from the Facebook page. So I think this would be kind of fun because most of us, our pets are our babies, and we take really good care of them, but here's a way we can take really good care of them in a natural way. So this is going to be really exciting. So go, take it away, Linda.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Robin and Terry and Francine. What a wonderful group of women this is. And I know for a fact that they are here to support all of you. And so last month we started out on some essential oils, and I threw something in about how to take care of our pets, and they go, yes, we got to do the pets. And, yes, our health is our wealth. If we do not have our health, there is no way we can continue to do what we are here on this planet to do, right, Terry? I see you.
Correct.
You know. And our pets are here to support us, and we are here to care for them and nurture them, and we love them. So I thought I would just begin by telling you a couple of my experiences, and then the rest I just want you guys to ask me questions about your particular concerns with your pets, and we'll answer those. Is that okay?
That's great.
Okay. So I have been using essential oils, therapeutic grade essential oils, for almost 20 years now. And there is a reason. They are pure. They work exceptionally well, one drop at a time. And I've had dogs and cats for the most part, many cats. And I'm just going to tell you the most powerful things that have happened over the years, and then a couple little things. But really quickly, I've had a beautiful golden lab, which one of several dogs we've had. And I did not know they were prone to seizures. Did anybody know that? If you had a golden lab? Well, we found out, just by experience. And so one day he was out having a seizure, and my thought was, what do I do? What do I do? Well, top of mind was, I'm going to go get my lavender oil. So, because I have a lot of different oils, but, usually top of the mind is what is your guidance. Your guidance is bringing you to. So I ran in, got my lavender, put a couple of drops in the palm of my hand. He was probably about 75 to 80 pounds. And you activate oils by just 1, 2, 3 in your palm. And plus that, then you got them on both palms. So he was out on our deck, and I just came out and I put it under his nose. And it was so powerful. He looked up with me with his eyes, and he said, "Thank you," because I could see this, just a seizure dissipating and dissolving away. And animals are like children. They are so, it affects them very quickly and easily they don't judge it. They don't go, "What's this?" And, I don't believe that, or no judgment. They just accept it. That was huge. The other thing, and lavender, so I'm just telling you right now, lavender, if you don't have any other oil around, lavender is amazing. Okay. And like I said, I've had cats. I love cats. I've always had at least 3 to 5 at any point in time. And we lost one of my very favorite ones. Most of my cats are in or outdoor. They come and go. I believe that's part of their nature, is to be outside. So, but they are welcome in the house, so they come and go. I had one that I lost for a little bit, and I go, "Oh, not my Buddy." Buddy was gone, and it had been like at least 2 or 3 weeks. And I thought, "Oh, well, he's gone." And next thing I know, there's this cat out front that he was a mere shadow of himself, and almost ghost-like looking. He had been laying out in the sun somewhere for a while. He'd been hit by a car and was broken from his jaw. His jaw was completely broken all the way down to the tip of his tail. He had been through some trauma. And same thing. I went and grabbed the lavender oil and again, just activated it, put it under the nose, and he just, he was so happy to be home. You could see the calmness that had come over him. So these oils are powerful, and I use them for fleas and ticks, and just to make them smell good, and if you're sitting with a cat on your lap or even petting your dog, you can put these oils on and just pet them, pet them with it. And they love them. They love them. And, a lot of them will just come up to you, if you have them around and you're playing with them, they'll just come up and see what you're up to. So, and they'll even tell you. I'm trying to think I had a woman over the phone, and she loves her dog, Jax. And Jax was telling her, she's asking you what oil I should give to him, And I was thinking, I go, he's suffering with anxiety. And again, I just said, give him some lavender and another oil that's really nice for dogs or cats that are suffering with anxiety. And so many are, because they pick up on our energy. But there's another oil blend called Grounding. And I said, give him some lavender and then put Grounding on your hands and just kind of pat him with it. And she says, he likes that idea. So she went and got it. So they ask her, they talk to us, right? Do your pets talk to you? I know mine do. So you just ask them, how's this? And they just respond with their eyes and even in their body. So that's a couple of little tidbits. And so
okay.
Over to all of you to ask what concerns you have with your pets.
I want to start with this question. Do you teach body language for animals? I mean, how do we know?
No, animals are not my specialty, but however.
We just need, if we're sensitive, we'll be able to pick up on the cues.
Yes, you know your pet very well. And if you just pick up, actually what I do have a technique that you can use for your pets, but it's kind of hard in this scenario to teach, but maybe we could work something out sometime that we could do that. But there is a way you can speak with your animals and receive the answers. However, most of us have the intuitive guidance that, we just ask the question. They will respond and they will tell you. So
okay. I imagine that it's quite a bit like paying attention to people and listening with all 5 senses. Meaning you're tuning in and you're listening to for, you know, what's really going on, not passively listening, like, yeah, okay, and you're over there somewhere, but you're tuning in to listen. Like, you know, the dog is doing something differently. You're like, what are you doing? What's, you know, because they're acting out of normal character. That requires you to stop and look and listen. And we need to do that with humans as well as pets.
Absolutely. And I will say that I'll give you an example. My daughter, who was single at the time, was leaving and going away on the weekends to be with her boyfriend. And she had 2 cats that were indoors. She goes, Mom, every time I come home, they have destroyed the house. They've gotten on the refrigerator and you know, tore up all the papers and everything's off the refrigerator. And they just had a good old time around the house. But she says they tear up the house. And I told her, I said, before you leave, tell them that you will be back at such and such a time and not to worry. I mean, literally have a conversation with them. And she said, Mom, it works.
Wow.
They just wanted they just needed to know when she was going to be home, because they didn't know. They were acting like 2 spoiled kids. Like, nobody's paying attention to me. But all we need to really do is speak to them and listen. And that's all. So I talk to my cats. I'm down to just cats right now because it's too hard when our dogs leave us. But and the cats too. But we're down to 2 cats now. So, but it's just speak to them and then listen. Like Francine said, just be open and receptive, and that's all we need to do. And that is with humans as well.
I have a question. Okay, so I'm going to get practical here.
Okay.
So I have 2 kittens, and they're both raised the same, but their personalities are completely opposite. One is friendly and loving and not scared of anything, and the other one is a true scaredy cat. And so she's got a lot of anxiety. So I love this idea of using the lavender to try to get her to try to not be so anxious, because she's just a doll. I just love her to pieces. But you can't love her because she's a scaredy cat. I'm going to try that. And is there anything else that you could recommend for my scaredy cat?
Yes. Actually, you will be receiving pretty soon. There's another oil in your little kit it's called Stress Day, and it smells so good. It's got vanilla in it, and just put it in your palm, and just, little kittens love to cuddle in your lap, so just put some on your palm, activate it, put a little on their coat, and then and all these oils are safe if you get the right ones. So if they lick their coat, the lavender's not going to hurt them. The peace and calming, they're not toxic at all. So just put it under their nose, put it on the paws of their paws, and pet them with it, and just enjoy it. They're going to love it as much as you love it.
That's good to know.
For those of us that let our cats out, I don't actually. Mine are indoor cats, but any of the animals that get outside, is there anything that we could do to protect their coats from the fleas and things like that? So what do we do about flea maintenance or other kinds of maintenance for our pets?
Peppermint oil is one of the best oils for any kind of creepy crawly bugs of any sort. The thing with peppermint is it's spicy, right? It's kind of a hot oil. So when you put it on them, just dilute it a little bit. Take a good unrefined coconut oil or olive oil, put a drop or 2 in your hand, and then put 1 drop of peppermint, activate it, and then you want to brush up their coat and then down their coat, up, on their neck, around their ears, all over. And again, it's safe for them, and it's really stimulating too. It's peppermint stimulating. I also use it for ant spray. So I take a 4-ounce plastic bottle, without the BPAs, and put I make it a little strong for the ants. So 4 ounces of water to maybe 10, 15 drops of peppermint oil. So I have no chemicals in my home. And then luckily this year I was just thinking, knock on wood, I'd had no ants, but but that's what I would use. They're usually, around the kitchen sink or whatever, but they're good for, even if we get things, what is it called? I'm trying to remember, there's a name, but sometimes we get things with bugs, and a drop of peppermint on anything will get rid of it. And for the cats or the dogs, it will help with the fleas and ticks.
Isn't that the same recipe that you can use for sanitizing spray? Because I had somebody make me a sanitizing spray with using essential oils that you can carry in your purse or whatever. So instead of using the gel stuff at the pharmacy with all those alcohol and things like that in it,
chemicals.
There's a sanitizing spray you can make.
Yeah, I use thieves for that.
Okay.
And I keep it in my car. I make my own, but you can get them already pre-made as well, which are extremely high quality. But I make my own because it's quick and easy, and I can have it all the time. So I just use a 2-ounce bottle of water. I put it in a glass or BPA plastic. BPA-free plastic is good. And the Thieves is 99.9% effective in cutting bacteria and fungus and viruses and all that. And you're not stripping your hands of what you need to protect your immune system, which is what these over-the-counter things do. They literally strip your hands of the very things you need to keep you healthy. So the more we use them, the more we're denigrating our own immune system. So we want things that enhance and support our immune system, and instead of removing it, because that just leaves us more vulnerable.
So that's what the natural oils in our hands do, is keep us healthy. Have you ever noticed, I was in church and I'm looking at the pews. I noticed weird stuff, so please don't mind me. But where the hand rails are not hand rails, the armrests, and they're made out of wood, but you can tell where it's worn on the sides because of people just touching it from oils in your hands. And it's not a bad thing. It's not lotions and things. I'm sure that has something to do with it. But when we keep touching something, and over the years, our natural oils do things like break down dirt and germs, and like I said, I've noticed weird stuff, but it really does. You can see a wear pattern just from touching with our hands, and the natural oils in our hands. That's why even though you get ink or something on your hands, after a while it'll go away, because the natural oils seem to, if you could bottle whatever this is, it's an excellent cleanser or what have you. And a lot of times people are like, okay, I got to get rid of the oil. No, you might want to keep the oil.
You just want your oil in balance. And I use essential oils on my face every day. I've got at least half a dozen or more on my face every day. And the oil from our hands, it's important. We need that. So if we just use something like the Thieves and just spray our hands, that's what I was thinking as you were talking about. Everybody's touching that one spot. You probably want to make sure you've got something to spray your hands down before and after, when you're coming and going, because a lot of people's hands have been there. So,
and that's in life everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're touching doorknobs, you're doing things, and so our immune system needs to stay in good form to keep you well.
Absolutely. And we've been blessed with everything we need to be healthy, but we really got to question the products out there that mainstream have put out there to keep us healthy. For instance, I don't know if you know, but Hawaii is banning sunscreen, and there's a really good reason. They're banning sunscreen because people are putting it on, and then they're going in the water, and it's killing their coral reefs. It's killing the sea life. Now, there's that's a whole nother subject. What's that?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow.
But it makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
It makes perfect sense.
Think about it. We don't know what it's in my book actually, because there are many chemicals in these sunscreens, and they say it's to keep us from getting cancer. Well, I'll tell you what, when you've got so many chemicals going through what we call our third kidney, we absorb everything through our skin. We don't know the effects it's having. And I'm sorry, I'm a little skeptical about companies that put products together that are chemical laden. Is that really in our best interest? We're not chemical beings in the sense that they're bringing them into our system.
No.
There's a really good book called The Sugar Blues. It's an old book, but a goodie. It talks all about really what causes cancer. And there's a clue in the title, Sugar Blues, because what we intake and what interacts with the sun is very telling. So there are natural ways to sunscreen. Just think about it. The people in the desert have used jojoba oil. That's Jojoba, jojoba oil. People in the tropics use coconut oil. There's a reason why they use them, because they're natural sunscreen. So we have to be careful and question everything about everything. And my hat is off to Hawaii for doing something brave, because those chemicals are not only killing the sea life, that's just a symptom of what they're really doing to us too.
I can imagine. So what's happening to our water supply when we go in and take those showers after being at the pool?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going into the water supply.
Yeah. Well, into the ground supply, which is affecting our crops, and everything else. So, that's a whole subject.
That's a whole nother story, because I had a very good friend of the family who actually worked at the water treatment plant. He was the supervisor, and he had cases of water stacked in his kitchen. I said,
wasn't his
what does
water
that
out of his tap, I bet.
No, he had cases of water.
Because he didn't trust.
A brief story. I did a presentation in our area about the water, so I called our El Dorado Irrigation District to find out what they put in our water, because there are times I can smell the chlorine in the water.
Yep.
And by the way, peppermint is another oil that will purify your water. So if you're out camping or anything, you put a drop of that in.
Oh, how about even if you get it out the tap, or if you...
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that bottle of water can tap either.
When you're out at a restaurant, drop in. But I'll tell you, El Dorado Irrigation District would not tell me what they're putting in our water. They wanted to know who I am. They were, I don't know if they were afraid I was a terrorist or what, but here I'm a public, one of the public that buys the water. They won't tell me what they put in the water. I just happen to know I could smell the chlorine from time to time. They finally, after pressing and going to many levels of people, said, well, this is what we kind of put in some of the time, but they put things in it different all the time. So I got some information. This is a crime in my eyes that you cannot call the people who supply your water, your drinking water, and what you put on your skin, or you shower with. They won't tell you what's in your water. But that's a whole subject we could spend an hour on.
But you had a clue, because I have turned on the water and I smell bleach. I'm like, okay,
Yep, chlorine.
Yeah, okay. So I know this. So that is where you make sure that you do what you need to do to you're going to come into contact with contaminants all the time. God already promised us that, okay, I'm not going to allow some stuff to come on you. He made our skin resilient. He put some, protocols in our body that help fight against stuff. Now, we can't continue to take it on purpose. Well, let me just drink some arsenic on purpose. But if we accidentally get into something, or we got coverage, our body is very wonderfully made to repair and heal itself. So we need to now continue that by not getting additional things. I was reading something, I got an email from Dr. Colbert about Himalayan pink salt versus sea salt. And I'm going to send that to Robin and Linda and let you guys read it and you tell me what you think. And I was like, OMG, okay. Did not, I learned some things this morning.
There's a very good book if you really want to learn about water and salt. It's called The Water and Salt Book, and it's by Barbara Mandel, Mandel. And you want to learn about water and salt, that is the book to get. It's amazing. You will be blown away. You will never drink water the same. You will never touch you will never touch Morton salt again, for sure.
Oh, no.
I used sea salt for years because I thought that was good. But according to that, and it makes sense, sea salt is neutral in our body. And so, and we don't know where it comes from all the time. Our seas and our oceans are now contaminated. So read that book. And like I said, that's a whole subject in itself. And I know we've got limited time, but anything that's good for us is also good for our pets. So remember, if you're concerned about what you're putting on your skin, or if you have questions, please send me a message. I can help you out with that. But it's important what we put on our body, in our body, and what we surround ourselves with.
And how would they send you a question, Linda?
They can they can either go on my website, which should be working right now. It's www.discoveryourpower.net, or you can private message me through Facebook too. I am happy to answer any questions at any time.
Very good.
Because I really do. I'm in this business because I care. And it's just not, I'm thinking business. It's not really even, it's a way of living. It's how we live. So I care about you out there, and I want you to care as much about yourself as I care about you, if not more. Okay?
That's very good.
Feel free to message me anytime.
So we will be hearing more from Linda, and she's always brings us some really good information on natural ways of doing things. So stay tuned. Hello, Nora and Alfredo. Thank you all for tuning in today live on Facebook, and for everybody who's watching live on YouTube and on the replay. Every week, we bring you information to help your health, because without your health, you won't be able to enjoy your wealth. And so Robin always has someone sharing everything that's going to help us make good health, a habit. So Robin, any final words for us?
No, not really. I just want to thank Linda and thank both of you guys, Terry and Francie, for hosting us. And we just have a great time every Thursday. And BizChicks rocks. Yes, love BizChicks.
Thank you.
Okay,
Terry?
Guys, we want to ask you guys to share this out. Be sure to share this out to your friends so that they can take better care of their pets and their families. And don't forget to contact Linda if you have questions over there on discoveryourpower.com.
.net.
.net. Okay, discoveryourpower.net. And hopefully we'll put that in the chat afterwards. And guys, don't forget to go to the front of your own line and show up for First Mondays. It's coming next week. Okay. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.